So hi, my name is Daniel. I'm a health coach for people with a chronic disease. And boredom is a very interesting topic because many people are having it, especially when you're resting, when you're lying in bed all day. What should you do? Now, you don't experience boredom in the midst of very intense and extreme symptoms. Let's say you got a panic attack, a depression, or a crash, or extreme fatigue. In those moments, you don't experience boredom. So you experience them in better moments. So let's celebrate them, right? It's actually very good. It's amazing. So what is happening is that you are addicted to stress hormones. You always want input. You always want something to do. And the body has, especially in times of a chronic disease, been becoming addicted to high cortisol levels, high adrenaline levels. And in those moments of boredom, you are sort of detoxing from your stress levels. So you would want automatically to engage yourself in something stressful. Let's say doom scrolling, watching a movie, calling a friend. But I'd like to advise you not to. Instead, allow this feeling of boredom and accept it completely, surrender to it, and be with your boredom. And that's groundbreaking because it's an uncomfortable feeling, just like fear and anger and sadness. And normally we'd like to distract ourselves from these feelings and emotions. But now let's do the complete opposite. I think that healing from a chronic disease means that you should do things differently. That's why the podcast is called Healing Differently. And by differently, I probably mean the exact opposite. By allowing, by surrendering, by feeling. And let's see boredom as a gift, as a reward, because you're out of the phase of intense symptoms. There is something that you could do again. But you don't. So instead you experience boredom. It's amazing. Be with that. Feel that through. And once you go through the addiction phase, the detox phase, it's similar to a heroin junkie that needs the next shot of heroin. What do? Do you keep on providing heroin? Or do you go through? Or maybe heroin is not really the best example, but alcohol, for example. So you let it come over you and it winds down as a result. Like everything that you resist persists and everything that you accept and surrender to fade away. Except for maybe mind-body symptoms, but that's another story. And yeah, you allow it completely. And then as a result, you wind down from your stress addiction. And the next time that it will happen, it will be less intense. Until the very moment comes where you can actually really enjoy yourself to do absolutely nothing. Because then you start arriving in the present moment. You enjoy what it means to be alive, to just breathe, even though you got severe symptoms. You breathe through it, you allow it, and you become present. Stress levels lower instantly. So you feel much more at ease. And there's not a lot to do. And you actually don't need to do that much. And that's where we enter the honeymoon phase of presence. The reason why so many people swear to mindfulness and meditation, because they have experienced the honeymoon phase. And it doesn't mean that the honeymoon phase will last forever, because ideally it won't last very long, because I'd like old stress to come up to give you extreme symptoms so that you can dive in with a release and afterwards you can be calm again. And then you can be bored again. And that's great. And personally, in my recovery journey, I had around 6 months where I was completely doing nothing. I was just meditating, and after a few days, my thoughts decreased to only a few thoughts per day. And since that moment on, I've only experienced boredom once or twice, and I welcomed it, and I saw it as a gift. So I was probably addicted to stress again, maybe from work or from coaching sessions. But instead, let's be bored. Let it Let me detox from the stress hormones. And after that, I just feel so much better. So therefore, start seeing your boredom as a gift and don't distract from it, but stay with it. And I promise you, it's the key to recovery.